Welcome to the Polytechnic of Health of the Ministry of Health Denpasar, located at Sanitasi Street Number 1, Sidakarya, Denpasar City, Bali. We are committed to creating a safe environment for learning and working for everyone. As part of the occupational health and safety procedure at Poltekkes Denpasar, you will watch a short video regarding safety guideline. At every event at Poltekkes Denpasar, we are obligated to inform you about occupational health and safety guidelines in the environment of Poltekkes Denpasar, which are as follows. Before entering the auditorium building of Poltekkes Denpasar, make sure you have filled it out to guest register provided. Bringing alcohol and illegal drugs into this area is prohibited. Keep the environment clean and dispose of trash properly. Furthermore, smoking is not allowed within the Poltekkes Denpasar area, except in designated smoking area. Ensure your cigarette butts are fully extinguished before disposing of them in the trash. You are now in the auditorium of Poltekkes Denpasar. This building has 2 exits and 2 evacuation routes on the right and left side of the stage. There are 2 restrooms near the main building for your convenience. A main restroom on the right side of the building and a women's restroom on the left side. There are 2 potential emergency situations that could occur here: earthquake and fire. If either occurs, please remain calm and do not panic. Then, proceed to evacuate immediately. If an earthquake occurs, immediately take cover under a table, chair, or any sturdy object nearby. Protect your head and avoid glass or objects that could fall, such as cabinet and glass wall. Wait until the shaking subsides and the situation is safe, then look for evacuation instruction to reach the assembly point. When you hear a fire warning siren, immediately stop your activities. Stay calm and exit to the nearest door or route following the evacuation instruction to reach the assembly point. The Poltekkes Denpasar Auditorium is also equipped with fire extinguisher that can be used in emergency situation. If the room is filled with smoke, lower your body position, crawl or bend down, cover your nose and mouth with a wet cloth. In an emergency, leave belongings behind and remove high heels to facilitate evacuation. Follow staff instruction, heading to assembly point located on the right front side of the auditorium building. Once you meet with the local personnel, promptly report the incident and inform if there are still people trapped. Staff will verify the number of people against the guest list. These are the safety and health procedure for Poltekkes Denpasar. Let's work hand in hand to ensure a safe and healthy environment at 𝐏𝐚𝐤𝐚𝐫 Denpasar.
Halnya jasa dan pelayanan publik. Masyarakat yang semakin miskin atau terbatasnya fasilitas pendidikan dan kesehatan, perkembangan ekonomi mandek dan berbagai rencana pembangunan terhambat akibat korupsi. Jelas, korupsi menyengsarakan kita semua. Penggelapan dalam jabatan, melanggar kepercayaan yang diberikan oleh rakyat, penyuapan dan pemerasan, mengorbankan keadilan demi keuntungan pribadi. Akibatnya, kerugian bagi kita semua. Jika menemukan dugaan tindak pidana korupsi, jangan berdiam diri dan segera laporkan ke KPK. Bersama KPK, bergandengan tangan, memberantas korupsi, mulai dari diri sendiri, untuk masa depan yang bebas dari korupsi.
Before the event begins, we will sign the MOU. We invite Mr. Dr. 𝐒𝐤𝐦𝐬𝐚, 𝐏𝐚𝐤𝐚𝐫, Ms. Nurse 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐢𝐧𝐚𝐫, 𝐏𝐚𝐤𝐚𝐫, representative of Chiba University, and Prof. Dr. 𝐒𝐤𝐴, 𝐏𝐸𝐵, to please come to the stage. Now I will guide the documentation session by counting from 1, 2, and 3. Once again, 3, 2, and 1. Without dismissing our respect, we invite you to return to your seats. Attention please, the event will begin shortly. Before we start today's event, please allow me to share a few important reminders for everyone. We really hope for everyone's cooperation to make this event can run smoothly and in orderly manner. We kindly ask everyone to set your mobile phones to silent mode to avoid disrupting the proceedings. Please keep your microphone mute while the speaker is presenting. You might unmute them if you wish to ask a question or offer a comment. That concludes our announcement. Thank you for your attention and cooperation. Om Swastiastu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom nama budaya. Greeting of virtue and my peace be upon us all. Konnichiwa. Good morning and welcome to all attendees at the Expert Seminar 2026, event organized by Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. This seminar raised the theme, Caring Across Borders, Japan Health and Long-Term Care System, Workforce Pathways, and Opportunities for Indonesian Health Professionals. The Honorable Director of Dementia and Aging Care Research Center, Professor Dr. 𝐒𝐤𝐴, 𝐏𝐸𝐵, Director of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar, who is unable to attend, and represented by Ms. Nurse 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐢𝐧𝐚𝐫, 𝐏𝐸𝐵, 𝐏𝐚𝐤𝐚𝐫, PhD, PhD, who will be delivering a scientific presentation on services, practices, and the development of elderly care. Woro Mustika Weni, 𝐿 Nurse MN, PhD, who will sharing a scientific presentation on the migration of Indonesian nurses in elderly care services in Japan. Vice Director 1, 2, and 3 of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar and their respective teams. Internal Supervisor Unit, Head of Center, Head of Subdivision, Head of Department, Head of Study Programs, as well as all lecturers and education staff within the Ministry of Health Denpasar. 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐢𝐧𝐚𝐫 as the moderator who will guide the presentation of the material. All the committee who have prepared today's extraordinary event and all the participants of the expert seminar of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar, who I am proud of. First of all, let us offer our praise and gratitude to God Almighty, for by His grace, we are able to gather here for the 2026 Expert Seminar organized by Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. I would like to express my sincere thanks to all the attendees who have taken the time to join this Expert Seminar today. Before we begin, please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Brasilia, as the master ceremony who will guide today's event. Ladies and gentlemen, the agenda for today's expert seminar is as follows. First, opening. Second, traditional Balinese opening dance, Tari Selat Segara. Third, prayer, continued by singing of the national anthem Indonesia Raya. Remarks by the Director of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. Remarks by the Director of Dementia and Aging Care Research Center. Remarks by Chiba University. Reading of the CV of speakers 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫 𝐃𝐻NRM PhD. Presentation by 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫 𝐃𝐻NRM PhD on service, practices, and the development of elderly care. Reading of the CV of speakers 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫 as Nurse MN PhD. Presentation by 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫 as Nurse MN PhD on the migration of Indonesian nurses in elderly care services in Japan. Discussion session. Presentation of certificates to the speakers. Presentation of certificates to the moderator. Presentation of a souvenir. Documentation session. Link evaluation, and the last is closing. Ladies and gentlemen, as a symbol of respect and warm welcome to all distinguished guests who attend the 2026 Expert Seminar, Polytechnic of Health Denpasar, let's start the event by watching the Balinese welcome dance performance called Tari Selat Segara. This welcome dance is symbolic of hospitality, respect, as well as a prayer and hope, so that the activities we carry out today can run smoothly and bring benefits to all of us. Without further ado, please welcome the Balinese welcome dance, Tari Selat Segara. Enjoy the performance. Ladies and gentlemen, we have concluded the opening ceremony. We will now proceed to the prayer session. May I kindly ask everyone to please stand. Please allow me to lead the prayer. Let us bow our head and pray according to our respective religions and beliefs. The prayer is begun. The prayer can be concluded. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain to standing. The event continued by singing the national anthem Indonesia Raya. To the committee on duty, the time is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, now you can be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the event will continue with remarks from the Vice Director 1 of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. To the Honorable Ms. Nurse 𝐏𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫, 𝐏𝐸M SPKAN, to please come forward.
Cek, sekian dan terima kasih.
Thank you to Ms. Nurse 𝐏𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫, 𝐸M SPKAN, for the remarks that have been delivered. The event will now continue with remarks by the Director of Dementia and Aging Care Research Center of the Faculty of Nursing of Airlangga University. To the Honorable Mr. Professor Dr. 𝐒𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫 SKAP to please come forward.
Tes, sekian, terima kasih.
Thank you to Mr. Professor Dr. 𝐒𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫 SKAP for the remarks that have been delivered. The agenda will now continue with the remarks from SIBA University. To the Honorable Mr. Professor Igarashi, PhNRM, PhD, to please come forward.
Hai, arigatou gozaimasu.
We would like to express our gratitude to Mr. Professor Igarashi, PhNRM, PhD, for the remarks that have been delivered. Hopefully, the exposure and message conveyed can provide insight and benefits for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed with the reading of speaker's curriculum vitae, who will be led by the moderator. Minasama niai kasa 𝐏𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫 sensei, 𝐏𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫 PHNRM PhD, and Ms. 𝐒𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫 Escape Nurse MN PhD, as an outstanding guest speakers who will share knowledge and experience during the expert seminar for the nursing department of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. May I invite the moderator to kindly guide the presentation session. He is 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our moderator, 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫.
A big thank you to the Master of Ceremony for the warm introduction. Om Swastiastu, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Shalom Namo Buddhaya, greetings offered to, and good morning everyone! Before we begin, I want to check the energy in this room and our virtual screen. For everyone here in auditorium, how are you today, guys? I hope you are excited as I am. And to our wonderful participant joining us online via Zoom, how are you today? Please type number 1 in the chat box if you can hear my voice clearly and are ready to absorb to the amazing insight. It is truly wonderful to see such a vibrant energy today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most anticipated session of 2026 Expert Lecture, proudly organized by the Department of Nursing at Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. Let me introduce myself. My name is 𝐏𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫, and people know me as Wahyu. I am very honored and humbled to serve as your moderator for today's extraordinary session. Today we are going to dive deep into a very crucial and relevant topic in the modern healthcare. The theme is Caring Across Borders, Japan Health and Long-Term Care System, Workforce Pathways, and Opportunity for Indonesian Health Professionals. As a future nurse, research, and healthcare leaders, the responsibility falls on our shoulders. The role of nurse is no longer just about basic physical care. It is about empathy, clinical strategy, and international collaboration. To help us unpack this vital topic and expand our horizon, we are joined by two spectacular global experts who will share their first-hand research and experience. To kick off our first session, it is my absolute pleasure to invite both our honorable speakers to join me up here on this stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 𝐏𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫, Public Health Nurse, Registered Nurse PhD, and 𝐒𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫, Bachelor of Nursing, Registered Nurse, Master of Nursing, PhD. Please, Doctor, kindly take your seat on this stage. Ohayo gozaimasu, 𝐏𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫, and good morning, Ms. 𝐒𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫. It is an absolute honor to have you physically here with us in Bali. How are you feeling today? Are you great? Are you excited to be here? All right, everyone. But our speakers today are absolutely amazing. As you can see, they are very excited to share some highly valuable knowledge with us today. So how about you, 𝐏𝐤𝐤𝐚𝐫? Are you ready to be a first presentation for today? Perfect. The lecture session will be opened first by Takaoka Sensei, and then we'll continue with the presentation from Guru Mustika. Takaoka Sensei, before you share a brilliant insight, let me read a brief overview of her incredible academic and professional journey. She has named Takaoka Minami PhD, PhD, and next. She has a degree PhD from March 2022 at the University of Tokyo, and next. The occupational history from 2010 until 2013, she has occupational history of medical representative, Novartis Pharmaceutical Company, and 2023 until now, she is a project assistant professor, gerontological home care and long-term care nursing, the University of Tokyo. Next. She has a brilliant current teaching and responsibilities. From the master program, she has a palliative care nursing 1 and 2 and lectured in the 2 unit each. For the next. The major professional activities is the Japan Social Gerontological Society as the member and the Japan Society for Healthcare Administration for the member. And next. For major public publication, she has 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐤𝐚𝐫 Noguchi-wan-netabe, Shaka nurse about for the development of quality indication for evaluating the quality of the long-term care, geriatric and gerontology international in the 2021. Next. All right. How are you today, Takaoka Sensei? Are you ready? All right. Before the presentation starts, allow me to explain the rules from this presentation. Takaoka Sensei will have 20 minutes for the presentation, and we will hold a joint Q&A session after your presentation. So, without further ado, to all audience here and on the Zoom, please give a round of applause for Dr. Takaoka Minami. Many thanks to Ms. Takaoka Minami for her very comprehensive, informative, and inspiring presentation. This session is really give and deep insight into the important role of the nurse in providing care with empathy and purpose. Now we have arrived at the discussion session or Q&A session. We have 10 minutes for this segment. So for the participant, we have the rule. The rule number 1 is for attendees in the room, please raise your hand, state your name, and ask your question directly. And for our peers joining via Zoom, please use raise hand feature and unmute yourself or drop your question in the chat box. For this session, we will have 2 questions. Thank you, very insightful question. I would like to welcome Takaoka Sensei to answer this question. Please, Sensei. Thank you so much, Dr. Takaoka, for the very clear and enlightening answer. To the participant who asked the question, does that fully answer your concern or is there anything follow up?